shuffle the panels? No. Here are my ground rules for questions. Do not have the word most, favorite, least, anywhere in the question. All right? Because that's not a question. That's something you had to think about. What's your most favorite thing you ever did? Yeah, that's not a question. I want something that you actually had to think about and actually want to know the answer to. All right?
No, that sounds good. I was just going to say something off.
He was gonna mock me from behind.
No, I was going to say something off color. Just came to my mind, you know.
What's your most least? No,
least.
Yeah, no, none of that. Are there any children in the audience? Let's
I'm a child.
Like little tiny babies?
Little kids?
You know, if your parents dropped you off here, then you're on your own.
We may get blue.
Whatever you're going to hear, you cannot unhear. All right, well.
We can either take them from the audience or you can use the microphone.
Yes, well, somebody over there in a blue shirt said they had a good question that they thought of.
Burning desire.
You're going to start us off on the right foot, right?
Hopefully.
All right, stand up. Speak out, Louise.
Hello, all of you. Think of me.
You are bold, well-dressed, and slightly delusional.
Gregarious. Yet self-absorbed and somewhat narcissistic.
You enjoy long walks on the beach. Oh.
You also like sea salt ice cream.
Yes, in the middle there. Yes. Rise, my child.
What made you decide to change Ryden's voice? Like, in number 2 is a lot higher, and then on 4 it's a lot deeper. And for the new game, are you going to go with a deep one, or a new kind of spin on it, or what?
That's a good question.
It's a good question. Well, the producers decided to make that change, and I actually had to re-audition for the role of Ryden for 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, well, because they wanted to make sure that I was the right guy for the role.
Well, because he had gone through a lot of changes physically between 2 and 4, right?
Yeah.
And he was, and also just in terms of personality, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they said, all right, let's see if you got the chops. I got the chops. Let's see if you got the ear. And as far as the new one goes, it's going to be closer to, yeah, the one that you know from 4.
Which one do you like better?
Oh, gosh.
Husband which?
I think that falls into Phil's category.
Oh, ooh, see, that's, ooh, yeah, I did not say better. She found a loophole.
Gotcha. Which one do you like better?
I like 4. He sounds a little girly, too.
Yeah, no, it's not even a question. Everyone likes the badass better than the wussy.
Yeah, someone called him a pansy yesterday.
Pansy.
I was like, oh, come on. How about panty waist?
Are you?
Yeah. I enjoyed both processes, really, and I thought I had a ball with them in 2. Just, there was so much material, and I got to work with so many actors. But working with Phil as Vamp, you know, has been the best experience of them all, truly. I'm not saying that just because he's here, it's because it's true.
Do you remember in 2 when we would have to record to that sound wave on the screen?
Yeah, that was bizarre.
It was the first time for me ever in my career, and actually I think the only. When we recorded Metal Gear 2, they had recorded the game with the Japanese actors and had animated to the Japanese actors' timing, because you know, the way the actors speak the words determines the animation to a certain degree. You know, how long the mouth is open depends on how you say the words. And I guess they must not have had the finished animation. So what they did was they had a screen in front of us with, you know how they have those sound waves when somebody's recording something? So you're watching this thing going across the screen. It's like, okay, when it starts going shh, that's when the Japanese actor is talking. You have to say your line while it's going up and down, and when it flattens out, that means they stopped. Okay, really? Yeah, just act from here to here. And it was incredibly difficult. I mean, it wasn't like it was, you know, some easy cartoon stuff that we were doing. It was, you know, real heavy emotional stuff and sometimes really dark and creepy stuff, but you still had to act from here to here. So yeah, it was quite a challenge.
Yeah. How about purple t-shirt?
Do either of you own and or play any of the games that you've been in?
I do. I have a PlayStation, so I have all the Metal Gear games. I believe that 2 was the last one I played through to completion, and then I had kids. And it's hard to find the time.
I have some of the games I've tried to play. Emphasis on try. I do the acting, I leave the playing up to you guys. You guys are the pros. And then I look at it on YouTube and go, hey, that was a pretty good performance.
That's the worst, is when you're trying to play the game to get to your character and you just keep getting killed.
Yeah.
I'm just around the corner! No! Snake! Green shirt?
My name's Brown here, but you were the reason why I tuned into Mad TV.
Oh, you must be very old.
Yeah, I think I could parent a few. But let me ask you, are you ever going to get in front of the camera again?
Yes. In fact, I've continually worked on camera as well as doing the voiceover
I
stuff.
mean, I haven't seen any pilots of the movie.
Yeah, well, you didn't see Real Steel, or did anybody see Real Steel? It's a movie with the big robots and they're the boxing that they're hitting. But yes, exactly. But didn't know actually. It's actually pretty good. And I've got a new web series called Inside the Legend that actually just premiered last week at InsideTheLegend.com. And that's more in the Mad TV vein. It's comedy stuff and characters. So yeah, no, but fortunately with the voiceover stuff, I don't have to do as many guest spots on According to Jim as I used to in the old days.
How about in the middle? You out there, young lady.
Where was your first Comic-Con, and how does it compare to Phoenix Comic-Con?
Wow, I can't remember my first Comic-Con.
He was drunk.
Someone was handing out tabs of acid. We were the brown ones.
It was at a farm in Woodstock.
Yeah, man, that's what it was. It was a farm, man.
All the first editions got really muddy.
Crazy. It was like anime farm. Yeah, anime farm. That sounds good. It might have been ASEM. It might have been my first one, I believe. And I could be wrong. It could have been AFO, but I just remember not knowing what to expect. I had no idea that there were fans out here who knew my work, and I was completely blown away. And this is a whole nother level, the Comic-Con thing, because you've got the interaction, the sci-fi going on, you know, with William Shatner, who's down there taking your money for pictures. And autographs. And Lou Ferrigno is a Hulk. But this is great. This has been an amazing experience. And what a full room. Thank you guys for coming out.
I believe my first one was WonderCon probably 10 years ago. And I went there because we had done Free Enterprise, which was a movie directed by Robert Burnett about Star Trek fans. But it was a romantic comedy about Star Trek fans, not a documentary or anything like that. And it co-starred William Shatner as himself. And a bunch of us went to WonderCon to promote the movie because it was about you know, Star Trek geeks, comic book geeks, you know, and a group of them, and the fact that, you know, we're actually regular people and we have lives and girlfriends and, you know, midlife crises and all of that stuff, which at the time was revelatory. It's like, well, it's a geek movie, so it should be about them being geeks. Like, no, actually he gets laid. A lot. Yes, yes.
Is it a necessity for you guys to do your jobs out of LA, or can you do your voice acting like from home? Do you have home studios or anything like that these days? And also, did John Travolta ever apologize for shooting you in the face?
Multi-tiered questions.
Multi-tiered questions.
Yeah.
I'll start at the end. No. But we all read the script, we all knew what was going to happen. Actually, he, not that he apologized, but he actually refused to shoot me twice, which is what he was originally supposed to do. The way the script was originally written, Vincent turns around and shoots Marvin by accident in the throat. And then they keep driving, and Marvin is sitting back there gurgling while they're going, oh, what are we doing? Man, what the hell are you doing? It's like, I don't know, you hit a bump, so I didn't hit no motherfucking bump. What are we gonna? And says, well, what are we gonna do? Well, we can't take him to a hospital. All right, on the count of 3, I'm gonna hit the horn, and you put him out of his misery. And so he's supposed to shoot him a second time in the head, and then they get covered in blood. And everything goes on the way it does in the actual movie. But when we were doing rehearsal, I came in and met everybody, and John specifically said, it's like, oh man, he's the one I gotta kill? Guys are gonna hate me. And he asked Quinton to change it so that he never had to shoot me on purpose. And I think he was right. I think if the character of Vincent had, you know, purposefully killed an innocent person, it would have affected the way he felt about it in the rest of the movie. And I thought that was really smart of him. So.
Well, to answer the rest of your question about where we record primarily in studios in Los Angeles. As far as animation goes and video games go and anime go, you primarily have to do that there. Or if you're in Dallas or, you know, some of the other major markets. There is some recording that can be done from home if you have what's called an ISDN studio or phone patch. And some people do other recording, like I've done some recording on the road from other studios when they, you know, needed to hook up. And it's usually commercial work or promo work.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I told you to save me a seat.
I did, with the good mic. And I'm sorry I poisoned all your fans, so you had to come down here.
Sorry. You guys okay? Hi, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late, but I'm so glad to be joining you guys.
Hold that up again in the back. Oh, it changed. She had an iHeart Vic.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Yeah.
With her Tommy Bear. Oh, love that bear. Oh, hi. I love you, sweet girl. I love you, Quinn. I love you good all night long.
Oh, Daddy, that's my highlight today.
I believe I may have interrupted something.
Yeah, where were questions? And somebody, do you want to pick one?
Oh, yeah. So let's pick the one who has her own surrogate. Point to this girl. Yes. Wait a minute. Is that who I think it is?
Yeah.
Daddy loves you.
What's your question, sweetie? No, it's you, baby.
Okay. Can you and Quinton do some improv? Like you as Spirit or you as Axel from Big Heart?
Quentin, can we do some improv?
Yeah.
Boy, talk about jumping into the deep end, right? I just walk in, hi guys, do this.
Jump through hoopy monkey. sign. That's all part of the improv. Are you enjoying it?
Axel, I'd like to introduce you to my daughter. Don't touch her!
Gosh, it's hard not to, Spirit. She's just as lovely as you are.
Well, thank you. I work very hard.
Hey, wait a minute!
Are you making a pass at me?
Well, I just see the beauty in everything. I'm so flattered that you'd ask if I was making a pass at you.
I'll meet you, Chupacabra. There's a lot of ladies. I think you and I could do quite well there.
You know, I think we can. All we have to say is, got it memorized?
And scene.
Yes, you had your hand up before.
Yeah, this one's pretty fun. Through the time with Samurai Jack, how did you connect to him emotionally? From beginning to end.
Oh, the question was, how did I connect to the character of Samurai Jack emotionally? Well, actually, it wasn't that difficult because we started from the beginning, and it really, that first episode laid out all the story in terms of, and really most of the feeling for him was in that first episode. Like he was, lost, he faced off, he saw his father enslaved, and he, almost, won his father's empire back and then lost. From there, most of it was mostly just determination and honor. And, frankly, I didn't have that many lines. So it was really just about playing the stories as they came. And there were a few episodes where it got deeper. The Mad Jack episode where his angry side came to life. That was fun. Because I got to yell at myself. I will destroy you! You do not exist.
I had dinner with Phil the other night, and he was doing it then.
Yelling at myself in anger.
Yeah.
You will leave a tip! I did not like the service. Just to keep it from waving around.
Absolutely.
You with the rifle.
I got a question for Quinn. When you did Reno for Final Fantasy, how was that experience?
Oh, wow. Sexual. No, it was great. I had a ball doing it, and I think it came out in the performance. It was a lot of fun. It was great to be a kind of a wise-ass, swaggering guy, Yeah, your mom's cool. Wait a minute, what the hell am I talking about? And being able to be sidekick with Quinton Flynn is really... We provided some of the comic relief, I think, to a much-needed drama. So, yeah. Oh, you.
What voice actor, living or dead, would you like to work with in the future?
Well, some of the dead actors I'd like to work with in the future when I'm dead.
Is there voice acting in heaven? That's today's question.
No, blank. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want the chance? I'd be intimidating.
Oh, probably.
Mel Blanc?
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember a few years ago when they were trying to audition people for the Looney Tunes characters, and they sent out a CD of Mel Blanc doing all the characters, and I listened to it and I'm like, I can't audition. And listen to that. I can't do that. It's Bugs Bunny. And Elmer Fudd. And Daffy Duck. And Sylvester the Cat. Although I did find out that Sylvester and Daffy are the same voice, one is sped up.
Makes sense. It's interesting because a lot of anime is not necessarily based on changing the voice and doing like funny cartoon voices as much as it is just playing the character, honestly. You could probably take a lot of single clips from each of us, different characters we played, put them back to back and go, well, that's the same guy. But if you were to watch each of the shows, the characters are very different. So for those of you even that are interested in this kind of work, it's important that you know that the acting is really the key to being a good voice actor. Not so much being able to imitate funny character voices all the time. I often compare it to like something like a Robert De Niro, who has played a million different characters, but he always sounds like Robert De Niro. Because his goal is not to change his voice with every role, his goal is to play the character, honestly. So somebody like Mel Blanc would be an amazing opportunity because he had such versatility and flexibility with his voice. But a lot of anime is not as much about changing the voice as it is about playing the character, honestly. Right? So, yeah, but having said that, I mean, he's probably, unquestionably, the biggest icon. He may be one of the only people on planet Earth that is kind of, his name has become synonymous with voice acting and animation. I mean, there are so many people that have done this for so many years and largely go under the radar because we're not quite as, for obvious reasons, we're not quite as visible as the on-camera media guests, like a lot of the guests that are here. But Mel was fortunate with all of his amazing work to have kind of, his name kind of became synonymous with voice acting.
Yeah.
Animation.
Pre-internet, he was probably the only voice actor that you ever heard of or certainly ever knew what he looked like.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm embarrassed to even say, as much as I love The Simpsons for many years, and I don't watch it as much anymore, because, I mean, hell, it's been, what, how long? 20 years? 23 seasons? For many years at the beginning, I watched it all the time. To this day, don't tell anybody, because don't put me in trouble, but to this day, I don't know exactly who does what voices. So even something that famous and popular for so long, the voice actors often don't get as much recognition and visibility as on-camera people do. It's just part of the job.
That's true.
My friend Becca isn't able to be here today because she's across the country right now. I was wondering if I could get hello for today.
Absolutely. Sure. Becky?
Becca.
Becca?
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Becca! I love you. Hey, everybody, spin around. Say hi to Becca. It's that guy right over there. He wants your number, Becca.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, yellow, waving. You. It's like, I'm so excited about waving!
Yes, my question is, how do I stop my arms? Doing this. Yeah, that's right. It's on one leg.
My question for Rick, can you catch?
Can I catch? Oh, I sure can. Can you throw is the question. Hold on a second. Hold on, because I'm very limited in my mobility here down the table. That's what we call underthrown. Try again. Ready? Whoa!
Yeah!
To the victor goes the spoils, literally.
All that for a Milky Way bar.
Anything for a Milky Way. This is Milky Way Dark. Have you ever had one of these? Holy crap, they're good. Oh, the dark ones are the best. They're really good. Try them.
And you just made $5 grand on product placement. God!
I wish.
This panel brought to you by Milky Way.
Proud sponsor of the 2012 Olympics.
Yes, green shirt there.
What was the hardest character you guys had?
Monty!
Hey, Vic, how you doing?
Sorry.
What was the hardest character you had to play as in the anime or in game? Like the voice.
There's a video game character I'm not allowed to talk about right now for a game that's going to be released shortly, and
but I can give you a demonstration of the voice. The voice is like this, and it's down in here, and you'd say, Monty, sit back down. No, stand back up. Yes, that's what we like in a soldier. Come on, you're on my team now. We're going to go out, we're going to kill, and then we're going to get some mead.
That hurts just listening to you do that. That hurts just listening. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I think any character at 9 in the morning. Oh, no, actually, it wasn't a character, it was a situation. When I was first starting out, we were recording the Warner Brothers, you know, the Kids WB, Static Shock, and Ozzy and Drix. Those shows recorded in a place called the Sherman Oaks Galleria in Los Angeles. And the Sherman Oaks Galleria has a spa in it. And I had an afternoon session, and I thought, what a great idea. I'll go get a massage before my session, and I'll be all relaxed. Yeah, big no, like, most idiotic thing I could have done, because basically, I put myself back into a sleep state. And so then when I went in to do the voice of Ozzy, which is basically Chris Rock, which is a very upper register voice, it was as if I had just woken up at 7 in the morning. And usually when you wake up in the morning, your voice is not high. Your voice is low and it doesn't have a lot of range. So I was like, all right, so Ozzy says, let's go outside. Come on! It was a lot of throat clearing. And it was really, really frightening. I'm going to be replaced by a radio DJ from Florida.
Any of you guys that have ever heard any of these panels before know my answer to that. It's very easily, definitively, Broly from Dragon Ball Z. When they asked me to be in that show, I was like, sweet! I can't wait, I'm so excited to be part of Dragon Ball Z. And then we started the session, and I was like, oh God, kill me. Please, let him die. Can somebody hit him over the head or something? Take this guy out for the love of all that's holy. And, yeah, he was horrible, he was rough.
Throat ripper?
Oh my gosh, yes. Real deep, chesty, growly. And he all he does is yell. You know the softer side of Sears? There is no softer side of Broly. There's just, and he, you know, and it yells Kakarot all the time, he powers up, and after a couple of hours with the first session, I was just like, please let him die. And at the end of the movie, movie 8, he dies. And I was like, thank you, God, I love you, I've served you forever. And then like a month later, movie 10, he's back. I'm like, wait a minute, he's not back, he died. Oh no, Vic, no one dies in Dragon Ball Z.